Okay, let's see. That should have worked. Do 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 do. Gimme, gimme, do 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 do. That shows. Are you hearing anybody hearing an echo? Hold on. Let me hide the other stuff here, unlisted. Okay. All right. Yep, that's what I had to do. I had to shut it down. I had to shut everything down and restart everything, which I knew that's what I was had to do. I was like, I was saying to myself, why is my mic playing through my OBS? Why is my mic playing through my speakers? What is this all about? What's going on? What blah blah blah. And so need to donation link. There. Thank you. Did I give props to hold on. Did I thank Savage Sweetheart for her $10 super chat? My mind is a little sprung here. Okay, all right. Okay, there we go. All right. You think so? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Sorry. It had to be done. There's no way I could have done that stream under those conditions. Like, it would have been virtually impossible. Okay, now we're back to I Cook. We're back to I Cook. And now the show can go the way I wanted it to go. Okay, here we go. So we will go to this right here. All right, here we go.
Nothing to fear. You know, people in other countries are...
What a beautiful rotter. He has a rotter. They don't deserve beautiful dogs like this.
Just humans living their lives, trying to exist, and when they go to your country, they're also just trying to exist. And it's not a fight, it's not a war for whose culture is going to be in your line of sight. Before I go, I want to bring your guys' attention to some lawsuits that recently dropped. Frogan, Denims, and Casey Tron have all been sued, and they are trying to fight this off. I really believe in their cases, and I think it's important to either set a precedent or send a message that just because you're fucking rich and powerful doesn't mean that you can bully people on the internet.
And he doesn't give any context. He doesn't tell what they did. He doesn't tell why they're getting sued. He says nothing. That makes you bad faith. That makes you uber bad faith. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how he could be this way. And ladies, you now you see why I say we are so powerful. You just don't have any idea. You know, Anissa, okay, this chick who used to go by they them pronouns. All right, she's an OnlyFans now. She's not an OnlyFans. She's an OF now. She's not an OF. Oh, I want to do OF. Oh, I don't want to do OF. Like. And then she wants to sit up here and say, I don't have any pronouns and blah, blah. Oh, now she's a girl again. She has all this going on and she still was able to PW this man. And her mom, all of this was said on live stream in front of iDubbbz. Her mom said, I always wanted you to be famous, rich, and married. And she said, well, at least I got the last two. And what she meant by that is that she had to be married in order to be rich because iDubbbz money is her money. But here's something that you'll never understand if you are this type of woman. Yes, you get the money, but you will get bored running over a man like this. I'm saying this as a domina. I'm saying this as someone who's aggressive. I think let me see, hold on. Y'all remember a long time ago I told y'all that when I broke up with a guy, he cried and that made me like disgusted. Like I was disgusted of him after he like cried begging me to take him back. And I was like, in my head, I didn't say this to his face. I was like, ew, he's crying? He's literally crying because I broke up with him? I had no respect for that man after that. And the reason I broke up with him is because I was just having anything I want the way I want with him. You know what I'm saying? I just did what like I would treat him like a child. I would tell him what to do, tell him what to wear. And to the point when I started noticing that my thoughts were his thoughts, I was like, you know what? Let me see if there's a limit. Let me see where he says, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. That never happened. That never happened. And I said, ew, I don't want this. This is not enjoyable for me. I don't want somebody who's gonna do everything I tell them to do. I don't want someone who's gonna agree with everything I say. Like, who want that? No. Does pegging make a man a cuck? That doesn't even fit the definition of a cuck. Being pegged. Peterson talked about women being miserable in the long run with me. Yes, true. Did he say that, Luna? It's so true. It's so true. But let me tell you something, girl. That wasn't even no long term. I think that relationship lasts a good 2 months, and I could be exaggerating. It lasted a good 2 months, and I'm thinking I'm even saying. I think for some reason I think it lasted a month. If I'm being honest, right? I think it lasted a month because I didn't see myself staying with him that long. You know what I mean? Like I was like, dude, like, ew. So yeah, anyway, let's get back to what he was doing, whatever.
That doesn't mean you can bully women, minorities, or fucking people who are poorer than you.
Who is a minority?
I think it would be good if they can continue to fight this off. So I'm going to put the links to their GoFundMes down below. All right, everyone, that is going to do it for this episode of iDubbbz Complains.
So here's the deal, right? Let's look at this first. iDubbbz used to be powerful. iDubbbz used to be a force to be reckoned with. And if he like drop your links, you were guaranteed to get a whole bunch of views, a whole bunch of visitors, blah blah blah, right? Let's look at the iDubbbz effect. So here he has their GoFundMe stuff. And this was 2 days ago, by the way. Today is the 6th, and this was uploaded on the 4th. So let's look at Frogan's. Frogan has... I thought she hit 50K already. Frogan hasn't hit 50K. I thought Frogan hit 50K already. Let's see all. So let's see. So when iDubbbz promoted her, we said 3 days ago. So iDubbbz was the first to give her money. So iDubbbz gave her $420 2 days ago. $5, $20, $10, $50, $5, $5, $6, $115, $132, $10. And then we have $66, $7, $100, and $500. Pretty good, by the way. 5 and 100, right? So she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-digit donations, okay? But the first one started with iDubbbz. Let's look at Denims. Okay, Denims has finally reached 40,000. It was a struggle at first there, chat, but she finally reached 40,000. And let's see. Where's iDubbbz? Well, iDubbbz started again with the 420. So he's probably gonna give everybody 420. So he gave her 420. Got $5, $10, $50, $100, $12, $132, and $7. So Frogan got more donations than Denims, but still 1, 2, only 3. Where Frogan got 5 3-digit one. It looks like Denims only got 3. Now look at Casey Tron. Casey Tron is in the lead. Casey Tron is in the lead with 44,000. Again, how the hell y'all not reaching 50,000 is beyond me. How the hell are y'all not reaching 50,000 yet? So here we go. Let's see. Casey Tron 2 days ago. Okay. Here we go with iDubbbz. 420. $5, $10, $50, $25, $9, $50, $7, and damn, that's it. Casey Tron only got 1 3-digit donation, and that's from iDubbbz. But she's still in the lead with the most earned. She got the most people, right? Let's look at these comment sections. Let's look at this. Okay, this is the money shot there, chat. This is the money shot. Pay your coaches the money you owe them. Funny listening to someone who isn't from Europe telling everyone what Europe is like. That's a good point right there. Congratulations on 6 million subs. Been here since been here since 7. Y'all know why this is funny, right? Because people used to say, congratulations on 7 million subs. Been here since 1,000. But now he turned it around. Yes, I'm terrified of immigrants. This is because I hear that they often don't pay the coaches what they owe. What kind of humiliation ritual is this? As an immigrant myself, I would like to say this. Pay the coaches what they are owed. Bro, it's quite literally lobotomized. They live in Italy. They are Italian. If I move to China, does that make me Chinese? No, it does not. I'm still searching for the positive comments. There are none. There are none. There are none. Okay. There are none. You're not going to find any. You're not going to find any. I just can't believe. So let's go back to his, because this is what we were looking at. And I just can't believe iDubbbz just all for Anissa. You destroyed your platform for Anissa? Really, dude? I don't get it. I don't understand, chat. How could he do this? Why is iDubbbz acting like it's still 2016? He's not. Okay, first of all, that's a false comparison. Y'all know 2016 iDubbbz was beloved and honored and had a high following, very respected, and he was funny. Is it possible, Tree, the reason why they haven't reached 50,000 is because some people who donated decided to rescind their donation and get a refund? Is that possible? I do believe some people did get a refund, but even with the refund, when you still collect money on a daily basis, you should still reach your goal. Okay, they haven't gone backwards in their total; they have been going forward, but still slowly. I think the real reason is that they're not good people. Nobody likes them. Like, Ethan is not on the scale of people. He's a libtard. Y'all know Ethan Klein is a libtard. He is, all right? But if you ask me who I like out of all these people he going after, I likes me some Ethan Klein. I can't stand. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and use the hate word. I hate Hassan. I hate Hassan Piker. I don't like Frogan. I don't like Denims. I used to be cool with Casey Tron. Don't like her no more. And who else? Oh, and I don't like Mike from PA. I don't like him. Who's still banned, by the way. So I think that's what that is. I just don't like these people. They're just not good people. That's that. That he's definitely acting like an SJW. Absolutely. So, but anyway, so that's what happened with iDubbbz. Before we get to Frogan well, no, I guess I should talk about Frogan, and then we'll get into some juicy stuff that I just found out.
Welcome back to.
Hold on. Let's see. Where is the Frogan part at? Hold on. Wait, is this new? They hit. Wait, hold on. Oh, it is new. Hold on a second.
Welcome back to Cinema.
No, it's not. I thought I'd seen this. Hold on. I'm trying to get to the part where Frogan got served. I thought it was on here. Was it not here? Hold on. Am I confusing people now? What is this with Tectone? Hold on. Who here is, hold on.
And is there with Noah Samson, and he keeps bringing up the SA accusations against him, admits that he has no idea what the situation even is, but he just goes with it because that's a sound strategy. If I don't like you,
Wait, this is not it. I thought it was, hold on. Frogan served. Okay, hold on. It wasn't Legal Mindset I saw this on. It must be 15 Minutes of Shame. Well, shoot. Let's go ahead. No, hold on. That's today. Hold on. This was today. She gets served today. Oh my God. I watch so many videos, chat. I watch so many videos that I can't keep up with what video I saw where okay, I don't want to watch his video, but he who video was that I watched when she got, okay. Oh my God, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this ugly face. Holy smokes. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to explain it to you guys because I don't know whose video I watched. I swore it was, hold on. I swore it was Pegasus or whatever. Let me see if it was another video.
Welcome back to Cinema So.
No, it's not this one. Let me see. No, it was, hold on. Was it this one?
Welcome back to a series so god tier.
Hold on. No. Chat, I don't know who video I was watching. Yeah, that's why I didn't click his video. 15 Minutes of Shame is known for click. When you get me with clickbait, I stop. Legal Mindset did a video about it. Okay, hold on, let me go. I guess I have no choice but to look at Legal Mindset then. I don't want to want to look at those videos, but okay, hold on a second. Legal Mindset. See, she responded to Ethan with her lawyer. That's what I want to that's what I wanted to tell you guys, is that she responded. No, he has not done a video. This was done today. So he has not talked about it. Who told me that? Why y'all telling me lies? Legal Mindset ain't talk about it. Okay? Let me explain to you guys what happened. Okay? It's okay, Savage Sweetheart Baby. It's all right. Let me explain to you guys what happened. And when we find somebody who did the video, I will hold on a second. Frogan. Let me just put Frogan. Let me not even put Frogan served. What happened was, yesterday was the last day she was supposed to. Okay, here we go. It must be this one.
Hey guys, did we get a major update that just released on TED Entertainment, which would be Ethan Klein versus Morgan?
This is not the video, but at least he's updating everybody. Okay. So, okay, here we go. So let me just tell you before we look at his video. So what happened was, Frogan had yesterday, okay, they just hit rock bottom. Isn't that what I just saw though? It's okay. I went to more Pegasus and I couldn't find the video, so I guess it's not meant for me to watch it on his thing, right? We'll watch Lust. Lust is straightforward anyway. So let me explain to you, and then we'll watch his video. So Frogan had yesterday to respond to the lawsuit, or else Ethan was going to win by default. And her lawyer finally contacts Ethan's lawyer on the day before. Ethan's lawyer got contacted yesterday by Frogan's lawyer. So Ethan's lawyer got contacted by Frogan's lawyer, and a Frogan lawyer said, "Okay, we acknowledge this. We acknowledge the lawsuit. I know Frogan is aware of it, whatever her real name is. And however, we need 60 days to respond." And Ethan said, "Sure, I'll give you 60 days to respond, to look over everything." And then Ethan said, I'd rather go ahead and give them 60 days than win by default. Because he said, if they win by default, she can challenge it, which is true. She can challenge it and then have another retrial. So he said he'd rather talk with the lawyer and give them 60 days. I wouldn't have gave her no damn 60 days. So that's what happened. That all of that happened yesterday, and it was broadcast today.
So if you are to believe H3 Leftover, which is the reincarnation of H3 Snark, then Morgan was not served. If you were to believe some people on Twitter, on the Hassan's orbiters, Morgan was not served, and she was winning. Well, that turned out all to be false, like I said it was. She was served, substitute service, and now she has a lawyer. So August...
Oh, hold on. What? Executed by plaintiff TED Entertainment upon defendant Morgan Kamal Majid, served on July the 14th. Answer due August the 4th. Service of summons and complaint were executed upon Jane Doe, member of House... Really? So I thought since that girl was not Frogan, and you serve. Oh, that must have been her roommate. Okay. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you can do that. Okay. So remember, there was a black woman who came out of the apartment, and she was served. And the server asked her, do you know who Morgan Majid is? Like, I don't know who that is. Do you live there? I've been living there all my life. I don't know who that is. That's what the black woman said. And he says, are you Morgan? She said, no, I'm not. What is your name? She said, I'm not going to tell you. He's like, well, since you're not going to tell me your name, since you're not going to give me an ID, you're being served. So he said that as a serve. Come to find out, the reason why Frogan legally was served is because the black girl was the roommate of Frogan. Okay. And yeah, so it was a roommate. So the roommate was a Frogan. So you can't. So that is true, y'all. I remember that happened to a neighbor of mine. Right. He was trying to dodge getting served divorce papers. So he kept ditching and dodging his wife, and every time the server would come and knock on the door, like, he would never answer. Well, the dum-dum had his girlfriend over at the house, right? And he was in the shower, and the server came knocking on the door, and the girlfriend opened up the door, and the server said, "Hi, is Mr. I'm gonna say John Doe. Hey, is Mr. John Doe here?" He was like, "No, he's in the shower." He said, "Oh, he's in the shower? Okay, so he is home. Yes, but he's not available right now." He's like, "Okay, here you go. Tell him he's been served. What's your name?" So because she was in the house, because she answered the door, he was able to serve. The server was able to serve my neighbor at the time. This is long time ago. Divorce papers from his wife that he was running from because his girlfriend answered the door. So in this case, the roommate of Frogan was coming out of the apartment and therefore got served. And I didn't think that. I thought since this was a stranger or somebody who was visiting, you can't serve a visitor. Okay. So turns out that, yeah, you can if it's a roommate. Oh, my friend who used to work as a paralegal at a family firm has hilarious story. Girl, savage sweetheart, that right there was funny. He was so mad. He was like, that dumb woman, I don't know why she answered the door. What she thought she was doing, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Okay.
5th, stipulation for extensive time to file answer to October 3rd via complaint, attorney civil case opening, 1, filed by Plaintiff Ted Entertainment, Inc. Essentially, Frogan got a lawyer. Lawyer reached out to Ethan Klein's lawyer and said, hey, I just got hired. Do you want to do me a favor and not make this too messy? And Ethan Klein's lawyer said, yes. As a professional courtesy, lawyers will do each other favors because you never know when you're going to meet, especially since this is an IP lawyer. And we do have some information. In fact, this IP lawyer is on YouTube. He is a trademark and copyright lawyer, which is, again, as I've explained, patent lawyers are the top dogs, and then everything else is just kind of like whatever. So, whereas on June 19th, 2025, Plaintiff Ted Entertainment, TEI, initiated the present action by filing its complaint for direct copyright infringement against defendant Morgan Frogan, docket 1. Whereas on July 18th, 2025, TEI filed a proof of service for serving the complaint on Frogan on July 14th, 2025, docket number 12. Whereas on August 1st, 2025, counsel for Frogan contacted counsel for TEI by email to contest the validity.
There you go. Yeah, 60 days. That's what I said. I said, Ethan's lawyer gave Frogan's lawyer 60 days to go ahead and file a response to his lawsuit
of the service of the complaint on Frogan. So there you go. Frogan hired a lawyer. Lawyer contacted TEI and said, hey, I don't believe in the validity of service, but whereas in the same email, counsel for Frogan offered to resolve the issue and avoid unnecessary motion practice by having TEI withdraw the July 18th, 2025 proof of service and having Frogan execute a waiver of service pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure. So we don't think that you served this properly, but we're ready to get served today. Rule 4D and receive an additional 60 days to respond to the complaint pursuant to the FRCP rule. This is quite fascinating. These timelines are moving at different paces. Denon's timeline is moving very fast. Casey Tron somewhere in the middle. Frogan is way behind. Assuming she takes the entire 60 days, she will be way, way behind.
They're going to take the whole in 60 days. They're going to take the entire 60 days. Because she's got to see if she's going to engage. She has to see if she can raise as much money as possible.
As on the same day, counsel for TEI responded to counsel for Frogan without conceding the validity of the objections to service, expressed agreement regarding avoiding unnecessary motion practice regarding the service of the complaint. So TEI, the counsel for them, said, no, our service was okay, but we're willing to, quote, settle with you on this dispute. As in the same email, counsel for TEI offered to streamline the resolution by the issue by granting Frogan an additional 60 days to respond to the complaint. So TEI, the counsel, is still saying, we served you correctly. Frogan's counsel is saying, you didn't serve me correctly, but I'm willing to be served correctly today. Whereas counsel for Frogan agreed to this arrangement so long as Frogan preserves her right to file any responsive pleading pursuant to FRCP Rule 12, with the exception of contesting service under FRCP Rules 12B, 4, 5, and counsel for TEI agree. So part of this agreement is that that the service was served to you properly. You cannot contest it. Whereas good cause exists for the stipulation because 1, it resolves the parties' issues concerning service, 2, conserves the time and resources of this court, and the parties by avoiding unnecessary motion practice. Like, they would have to probably spend another few thousand.
Frogan has a freaking GoFundMe. Obviously, what is the purpose of hiding from a server and you giving so much time to respond, and you wait to the last minute to hire a lawyer? Girl, sit your ass down.
$1,000 battling this, just to reach the same conclusion that yes, she was served. Therefore, it is hereby stipulated by and between the parties through their respective attorneys of record that this court grant the stipulation to that Frogan's deadline to respond to the complaint be continued from August 4th, 2025 to October 3rd, 2025, that Frogan can respond to the complaint with any responsive pleading pursuant to FRCP Rule 12 with the exception of the contesting service under FRCPR Rules 12B and so on. And the court entered. So she actually can respond, right? It is interesting. It is quite interesting because Frogan now has a lawyer. So we will look at the actual request and then we'll take a look at the lawyer. The lawyer is different. So remember, Casey Tron has 3 lawyers. One of the lawyers is shared with Denins. So Denins and Casey Tron share one lawyer, but 2 of Casey Tron's lawyers, the Pro Vice Hawk. Sorry, my baby's screaming like crazy right now.
Okay. I was gonna say, is that a baby?
It's really hard to make this video. Sometimes when news drops, it is just news that you have to cover, regardless, right? So in this case, the Frogan has a completely, entirely different attorney from any of them. So Casey Tron has 3 attorneys. One of them is kind of like in CoffeeZilla. It's just an attorney that sits there and allows the other 2 attorneys to come in under his license. The other 2 attorneys work for the same law firm as the one attorney representing Denins. That's Casey Tron. So Casey Tron has 3 attorneys. 2 of them work at the same law firm as the one attorney representing Denins, and one of the attorneys is actually representing both of them. Here, what's unique here is that the Frogan's attorney is completely different. And Frogan will not need, this isn't like Casey Tron. Casey Tron's in Missouri, so she needed a different attorney to bring in these 2 other attorneys. Frogan has gone with an independent attorney. So the attorneys that both Casey Tron and Denins have gone to are larger law firms. They are a larger attorney in terms of volume of cases they do and so on.
I didn't know that.
The attorney Frogan has chosen is a attorney that is just one person, I believe. One attorney.
And we look, based upon his name, we understand what type of lawyer he is. Woo! That's one type. Let me tell you something. I tell you, when it comes to lawyers, I would never, ever get a lawyer from that tribe. Okay, if you get my drift. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Okay. I have never known them type of people to win in court. Never, ever. Just like I never known an Indian lawyer to win in court. Okay? Black men, absolutely. Crazy white women and white Jewish women, well, Jews, period. Ditto, 100%. White hippies, yup. And most of all, Italians, yes. But the Allahu Akbar tribe, But he must have gave her a good deal, because holy smokes, dude, what?
From what I gather from the website. His name is Braha Nika, and the website is nikalaw.com, I believe. Yep, Nika. It's hard to spell. Nikalaw.com. And it has only one attorney bio. Braham Nika is the founder and principal of the Nika law firm. Braham's practice is focused on areas of trademark, copyrights, and litigation. Prior to forming his own law firm, Brahma was the general counsel.
Hold on. Judgmental said, yes, I agree, but she may be able to exploit mistakes if there are any. Okay, Judgmental Lizard, hold on. Who do you think is going to make mistakes? And who do you think is going to have all their ducks in a row? A Jewish lawyer or a Muslim lawyer? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know? Do you understand? No, hold up. I was saying it's an advantage for her to be behind. So she, that's what you saying. Cause I'm saying like, wait a minute. You think the Jewish lawyer has some mistakes? You think Frogan's Akbar lawyer is going to exploit some mistakes on Ethan's Jewish lawyer? Holy smokes, dude. Like, whoa. No. Okay, that's okay. You're saying you're thinking because she has an advantage of being low. No, nobody has the advantage except for Ethan's. Ethan is the one with the advantage. Frogan doesn't have an advantage because Frogan is just delaying the inevitable. And she's going to settle out of court. Okay? She's going to settle out of court. That's how that is. She's just basically prolonging the inevitable. That's all. Casey Tron and Denham's, for them to share a lawyer, okay, that's nice. But then Casey Tron got 2 more other lawyers. Like, Casey Tron must got some major money in there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think it's probably a whole different tier of lawyers as well. Like Ethan is so much more expensive. Yeah, but apparently that just goes to show you Casey Tron got so much money. She got money for 3 lawyers and her weed habit. As always, the Jews know our Constitution the best. Yup, that's what I'm saying. I don't expect any fault I don't expect the Jewish lawyers to not cross any T's, but I misunderstood what Judgmental Lizard was saying. So that's that. But no, Denham says she's gonna take it to trial. Denham, unless she was just talking shit. Unless Denham was talking shit, she said she's gonna take it to trial. I know for a fact we just saw in that response that Frogan is willing to settle out of court. And I think Casey Tron is definitely going to willing to settle out of court because Casey Tron came back and said, I couldn't respond. I don't know. I don't remember. So she just basically she just did herself in with that one.
To Bruce Brown Films, LLC. Brahma handles commercial and intellectual property litigation and represents businesses and individuals in a variety of transactional, trademark, and copyright matters, including business formation, trademark, trade name registration, and contract preparation.
I don't care about
Before going to law school, Brahma owned and managed and operated several successful businesses.
Yeah, I don't really care.
With your courses and practice area, trademarks, copyright, business litigation, class action.
He's going to work for her on the cheap. That's what this is.
Business transactions, contracts. It's interesting, right? They've kind of done a very different take on this individual. So anyway, that is it.
Okay, hold on. He has one more. Hold on a second. This was at August the 5th. He has one.
Hey guys, so although
that was 11 hours ago. So let's look at this. This is the most recent one here.
3 of these individuals, this is Denens, Frogan, and Casey Tron, got sued on the same date by Ethan Klein for copyright infringement. The cases have been very, very different. And this is only the beginning. So I assume that based on having different lawyers, that Frogan's case will be very different from Denens. I assume that based on even having Denens and Casey Tron having the same lawyer or the same law firm, they will be different because one is in Missouri and one is here in Los Angeles. So the filings are all the same. June 19th, 2025. Denon's actually has the most attachments. You can see there are 12 attachments here. And as we're going to go to Caseytron and then eventually Frogan, they will have different amounts of attachments, each attachment being evidence that Ethan Klein has provided for copyright infringement. Denon's has been the one that is most active. In fact, C is also the one. Now, in addition to these 3 individuals being sued, there is a unknown.
Yeah, so it's true. Denims is going to take it to trial, because she's the one that has the most files here. That they're providing a lot of rebuttals, and I don't even know if they got into discovery yet with Denim's lawyer. I'm not sure.
Are unknown parties. There are 16 Redditors, 9 of them supposedly one individual. We call him 9 mods. Very proud that he is 9 of the mods. Over half of the individuals being subpoenaed. Apparently, again, it's claimed ownership by this one person. That's another party. Now, does Ethan have to get subpoenas for all 3? No, he just needs to do it with Denon's. Denon's and her lawyer did not argue it, and the subpoena has been granted and will be sent to Reddit and Discord, if not already sent at this point in time. So Denon's did not try to hide. She did not try to cry. She took the lawsuit and made content out of it, and that has been her situation. Now, the judge, Wesley Hoos, right, is from Taiwan, and there is a little bit of background, a little bit of information that I can provide about the judge in a future time. But for now, just understand that he is a pretty strict judge, and he's not going to.
Taiwan number one, y'all.
Deal with the Frogans of the world who are trying to hide and evade. So here you can see the expedited discovery, July 16th. Caseytron does not have that, neither does Frogan. And there has been a lot of movement. You can also see the date where it is due, right? You have a proof of service, then you have notice of appearance or withdrawal. Then you have the answer is now due 8/14. So the answer is only 30 days, is 8/14 is when the answer should be due. Now the Reddit thing came down earlier, or it's coming, and there has been progress. Denon's is not trying to delay. Denon's could have asked for 60 days. She did not. She asked for 30 days. So her date where she has to issue a response, let me double check Denon's right now. Notice of appearance or withdrawal, so that's Benjamin. Notice of stipulate extending time to answer the complaint, as Denon's answer is now due 8/14/2025, correct? So her answer to the complaint is due on 8/14/2025, and that is just a few days away.
Dude, this guy is way better. This guy is way better than Legal Mindset. Hands down.
Almost as of the recording of this video, 10 days away. Here you have Caseytron. Now, Caseytron, the service was different. The service actually went to her dad. She wasn't home at the time. She lives at home with her dad. And she made a big deal about how her dad, was really upset and so on. And again, out of all 3 individuals, he's been the one that can raise the most amount of money. So looking at Caseytron's docket, what can we really see here? We see that there are 10 attachments versus, I believe Denon's had 14 attachments, or no, Denon's had 12 attachments. So Caseytron on that weed, and yeah, 10 attachments, probably also committed a lot of copyright infringement where evidence had to be produced. Here you can see is all the infringement labeled.
Wait, Ethan submitted a takedown notice? I didn't know that. So Exhibit B, counter notification receiving regarding takedown notice submitted to. Exhibit C, second counter notification received regarding takedown notice submitted. Huh. I guess when he sent the takedown notice, they counter it like I do. I do the same thing, but they didn't have a case.
Difference here is she is in Missouri. Now, one strange thing is, in addition to hiring her Missouri attorney, she now has 3 attorneys. So in terms of how many attorneys each one has, Denon's has 1, Caseytron has 3. One of them is shared with Denon's, and the other one is a lawyer also in the law firm. So one of them is a partner, which they share, that's Benjamin. And the other one, also named Benjamin, is an attorney, maybe like a junior level attorney that is going to do more. So here we have the Provoc heist. We have the date due. So let me double check when the date is due. Provoc heist has been granted August 15th. Is it August 15th? So grant order. When is it due? Suggestions for opposition response, 7/18. Motion. Consent motion to extension of time to answer filed by Stephen Hobson on behalf of Casey in response due to 7/18. Otherwise directed until court. So her date is, yeah, okay, here. Order defendant's consent motion for extensive time to answer or otherwise respond to the complaint is granted. It is further order defendant shall answer or otherwise respond on or before August 15th. So remember, they could always do it earlier, but given their history, they're probably not going to do that. So hers is August 15th. Denon's is August 14th, a day before. I do not think that is random. I think it is because they share the same law firm. Frogan, we were going to get to Frogan. Frogan is the most different, even though there is a difference in state law, Missouri, one of his Casey Tron's in Missouri, Denon's is in California. That will play a critical difference later on. But the timeline is the same. The law firm, I believe, managing it is the same. The Missouri lawyer is probably only there to collect a check. Maybe.
But why get 3? Nobody seemed to ask. Even Casey Tron is not answering. Like, why get 3 lawyers? I don't understand. You are going to lose, and yet it's still you. You are going to lose and you got 3 lawyers? Why? Why waste all that money?
Tell them specific differences in Missouri law, but it looks like the law firm, the Frost LLC, is the one controlling. Here we have our good friend Frogan. Frogan's case is so different from everyone else's case that it will probably be addressed. There are parallels. So Frogan is in the same court, the Los Angeles court, as Denon's. So that is similar here. But unlike Denon's, actually, similar to Casey Tron, she received substitute service. Right, it wasn't her who received the notice. It was, and she waited until basically right before default judgment to. So we had
her roommate
Denon's with 12 attachments. We had Casey Tron with 10, and then at the lowest amount we have Frogan with 9. Frogan has also been the only one to remain silent about this lawsuit. The other individuals have been very vocal, specific.
Yeah, that's going to be used against her. Maybe she thinks that'll triple her chances. Yeah, and then she's going to feel stupid and like her pockets are going to be empty when she realizes like, Base? I ain't got no money, Base.
Denon's, even to the point of talking about Frogan's lawsuit more than Frogan herself has talked about it. In addition to what is happening here, the date is very different. Remember, they all got sued at the same time. Denon's took service right away. Substitute service was given to Casey Tron's dad, which then she admitted that was indeed her dad. And again, that's the classic example of substitute service, someone who would know you and be able to inform that you are indeed have notification. So stipulation for extension of time to file answer to October 3rd. So here, this is very interesting. So October 3rd is 10:03. So we have skipped the entire month of September. So Denon's 8:14, there will be a response of some type. The Casey Tron 8:15, there will be a response of some type. And then all the way, should Frogan want to extend it the maximum she can extend it to,
60 days.
she has until October 3rd, 2025, meaning she has a month, more than a month and a half difference because of her tactic to delay. Many of you guys are saying, oh, she's very smart. She, this
Who said that? Who said that she was smart? Who said that iDubbbz was very smart? Who said that she's the smart one? I never heard that. I've never, ever heard anybody say, oh, Frogan is the smart one. Said nobody I know. I never even seen anybody on her side say that. No, he is talking about Frogan. He said everybody's saying that Frogan is the smart one. I'm like, who said that? I don't know no one who said that Frogan was smart. Not one person.
The system, no. Imagine you are a judge. You have a docket. Your docket is kind of set in stone, and as soon as you finish one case, they'll give you another case, right? It's very busy. Judges are very busy right now. The last thing you want to do is have a defendant odd service for a period of time, ask for more time. This is not something that you are first impressions in terms of the judge, whether or not somebody, you look at the Carl Jobs and Billy Mitchell case. Carl Jobs, if he showed that he was humble, he apologized, he showed that he could change his behavior. No, he just doubled, quadrupled, 8 times the octo down.
No, he said people. He said people saying that Frogan is smart. And I stopped the video and said, who the hell said that? Ain't nobody said that Frogan was smart. Not even people on her side that said she was smart. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, who said that she was smart? I don't know where he got this from. So she was doing $1 equals 1 minute. So she was doing stretch egg omelet cooking stream. Lord have mercy. Why do fat people use food as content? Why not do a gym stream? Okay, or make a salad stream. 5,500 buy $200 worth of items that chat picks from Shein. What? She's doing a clothing store show for $200 worth of clothes from Shein? What in the world? $5,250. TikTok crystal scoop. Biggest tipper gets crystals. Oh no. $5,000 get a hot tub stream round 2. Ew. Who 4,750 give IRL workout stream with barely Alex. Well, there you go. At least you got a workout stream down there. 4,500 give a raffle does my makeup. And 4,250 live Arabs pod, not member exclusive.
Until he just absolutely got obliterated by the judge. Judges don't want to play games. They don't want to play games. They would love, the ideal situation is for two parties to meet together, make a decision on what the settlement is, present to the judge accepts, there's no way they can be appealed because both parties agreed. The last thing the judge wants is to make the case more complicated, more time-consuming, and overall just a issue where people are not going to settle. Typically speaking, if you're willing to evade service, you are less likely willing to settle than somebody like Dennis, who is just going, hey, let's do it. Hey, you're going to sue me. Let's do it. Let's figure this out. If I had to guess, I think Frogan right now has the least chance of settling with Ethan. And you don't have to take my word for it.
Well, okay. Yeah, she's going to want to settle, but Ethan doesn't want to settle. I think that's what he's going to say. Because Ethan was like, you made me spend over $2,000 trying to hunt you down and get you served. Nah, I'm good. We're going to take this to trial.
Even Klein's word for it, right? He basically said he's not going to settle with her. And that's right. Typically what it is. Like if you make, it's the Billy Mitchell versus Carl Jobs. If you make my life more difficult and you continue to produce videos after videos after video, you're just making my life more difficult. How do you think I can settle with you? Now, Dennis, you can make the arguments he's talking a lot, right? And Frogan is not. But I would make the argument that from a judge standpoint, this is not something that any judge wants to see because attitudes, first impressions, the judge is definitely reading what's happening here. He is well aware there's 2 other cases and they're progressing a month and a half more than his case. And trust me, he will be keeping tabs on how those cases turn out, especially Dennis' case, because Dennis' case is in the same court, Los Angeles court, as his case is. So, yeah, it will be fairly interesting. Frogan's basically on an island on her own, right? She is in the same court as Dennis, so that would lead me to believe that she would probably hire the same law firm, be on the same timetable.
Yeah, like if you're in the same, like California is expensive. I don't even know why people want to live over that place, but it is what it is. California is expensive, and you mean to tell me you don't want to like go in halfies with somebody who lives in the same area? And he said that people said that she's smart.
She's chosen a completely different timetable from Casey Tron and Dennis, and she's chosen a completely different lawyer from them as well. These will make a significant difference in whatever the verdict or settlement may be. Did she pick the right lawyer? Did she pick the wrong lawyer? Did she?
It doesn't matter. He gave her the deal, right? He gave her probably a discount because they both love Allahu Akbar. All right, guys. Now we're going to get to some juicy stuff right here. So, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there was a big uproar about an all-white community that's way out in Oakland, Arkansas, someplace out there, right? A white-only community. I don't know why people was getting upset about it because I was like, so what, dude? You don't want to live out no boonies where you ain't got no indoor plumbing, where you barely got electricity that's running. You got electricity running on generators. Like the land is just, there's a lot of work to be done on that land. I would never want to live out in nowhere, okay, where I can't get access to, I'm so Americanized, where I can't get access to Sprouts, Kroger, Whole Foods. I can't get access to my gym. I can't get access to Walmart. And then because they live way, way, way out in the boondocks, they have to there has to have a special what do you call it? A special mailbox. Mail comes out there like every other day or every other 2 days or something like that. Like, so I don't understand why people are like, oh my God, why they living with us? Let them. What the hell you want to do? I don't understand this. But honey, let me tell you something. Y'all remember on my political channel, those of you who are on my political channel, when I was covering this saying, yeah, let them, like who cares? Like, why do y'all care so much about people doing their own thing without you? Especially if it's white people. So you know what I said. I said, listen, I don't expect a community like this to survive long. And if you guys don't remember why I said that, I said not because of the men, because of the women. Because the wife of the leader, Eric Orwoll, has crazy eyes. And I'm very good at reading people, honey. I told y'all it's a gift. It's a blessed gift. So when I was watching her, I said, she's going to be the problem in that community. That community is not going to last, especially with women, because she looks like the one that will cause problems with other women. So far, the other women that are there are not beautiful. Let me just say this. There are no Sydney Sweeneys at this camp. Okay? As of right now, the other women are plain Jane. They're older, right? But get a 22-year-old Sydney Sweeney up in that sucker and see how that will work out. And that entire community will combust. Put your money on me, okay? It is, whenever I see a community of a group of people who want to do their own things, one or two things destroy the community. And let me explain why I know this to be true, because you all don't know this, but there was a cult by Michael York. No, oh God, isn't it Mike York? I think his name is Dr. York, right? Down there on the east side of Georgia. Malachi York. Thank you, pretty Liddy. Thank you. I was so off. Malachi York had a cult on the east side, way out there in like about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, an hour east of Atlanta, called the Nuwabians. Thank you. Girl, you know your stuff, don't you? You know your stuff. Anyway, I actually visit this place because there was the talk of the town. It was let me just say this. It was the stuff. And all black people kept talking about, yeah, we got our own this, we got our own laws, blah, blah, blah. So when I visit the place, right, I noticed the energy was different with the women. You always got to watch the women. So Malachi York had wives, multiple wives, and those type of communes never last long. Come to find out, he was diddling children too, but that's another story for another time. But while I was on the compound, I noticed that there was animosity between Malachi's daughter and one of Malachi's wives, and they were causing a lot of havoc with the tribe community, whatever you call it. But most of all, Malachi would get rid of any man that was competition for the women that he wanted. So if there was a new woman who decided to join the Nuwabian nation, Malachi York would get first dibs. But if the girl that he wanted didn't want him and wanted another guy, quote, soldier or whatever, general, whatever the title was, Malachi would cause problems with that guy or even kick him out. So it was just a lot of hot mess because you have lack of dingling discipline. So when it comes to these type of communes that alienate themselves from society, one or two things happen all the time. Either the guy messed it up because he ain't got no ding-a-ling discipline, or one of the women mess it up because she jealous and crazy and therefore is upset because like she is the number one ruler, right? So I just want y'all to understand that he did do it. Oh my God, whoever this pretty Liddy is, I need to know who the hell you are. Because how in the hell you know all this? Yes, Huey Louie did do that with the Black Panther. So, okay. So now that y'all understand why I looked at that community and said, y'all don't want this, why y'all getting upset by this, this ain't gonna last long, and I blamed Crazy Eyes, right? I said, y'all see her? I said, she got the crazy eyes. Crazy Eyes gonna mess up that community. I think I'm not far off. Because guess what? Eric Orwoll used to be part of a sex cult.
Boom! Headshot!
Talk about dun 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 dun. Now, I didn't see this coming, but he said he's saved, sanctified, and highly favored. He said he doesn't do those things anymore. And let me tell y'all something. I do not believe no BS about I used to be part of a sex cult. Now I found Jesus and I have now gone the straight and narrow. The straight and narrow my ass. The straight and narrow my ass. How do you go from doing all that sex with your quote unquote wife? By the way, his wife is not Crazy Eyes anymore. Okay. He divorced his wife that he was doing all this sex stuff with. And now he married Crazy Eyes. Like attracts like though. Don't think Crazy Eyes ain't doing nothing freaky deaky. No judge. I ain't judging him. But let's read this because this is going to be good. Leader of white-only enclave Eric Orwoll starred in series of live stream corner on the cob videos with his wife for cash. The frontman behind the white-only community is in remote Arkansas, who touts its residents' conservative values, has a history of starring in a sex for tips online corn videos. 69 for 69, y'all. 69 for 69. I love this. Several of those shows, Eric Orwoll and his now ex-wife continuously checking for comments and donations while the two have sex in front of a live webcam. One video with at least 29 views. Holy smokes, dude. Ka-ching, ka-ching. I guess Eric was performing very well in that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For example, it features Orwoll's former wife, Kathleen Smith, looking directly into the camera, flirting her tongue provocatively and saying, "Yay, thank you, 101 tokens," a way to tip on her online corner the cop service, then blowing a kiss to the viewer who gave them, all while Orwoll pumps her from behind. Just this week, Daily Mail revealed the growing outrage of Orwell's group returned to the land, started building a community near the Missouri border. Orwoll, 35, a right-winger YouTuber, is the co-founder and president of the group. His community. Okay, this was a typo. Y'all should have fact-checked this. He builds his community as the first of many nationwide able to skirt fair housing laws while rejecting all applicants of color, Muslim, Hindu, Jews, and those who identify with LGBT. The last restriction seems to contradict the professed lifestyle of Smith, who is 31, Orwell's online corn partner, mother of his 4 children, and wife of 11 years until they divorced last October. Now, here's the thing, baby. You was married to this girl for 11 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you as a married woman, 11 years is pretty good. Okay? Who here has been married that long? You've been married for 11 years. You doing real good. and you had not one, not two, not three, but you had 4 children, and you just divorced that lady so you can live your all-white compound, and y'all want me to think that he just now came to Jesus? Do you guys understand me? Hold on. I don't think you hear me. I don't think you understand me. You have been in this sexual thing going on with your wife consensually. You birthed 4 beautiful children from that. You've been married to her for 11 years. You just got divorced this past, what day? October. They got divorced last October. And now you come to Jesus, come to Jesus, come to Jesus right now. Right now you should come to Jesus, you nasty heathen. No. He says he's no longer pagan. He says he's Christian. That's what he says. He says he's no longer pagan. He says he's Christian. And I was right on the money when I looked at his now wife and said she got crazy eyes. She got crazy eyes. Okay, all right, here we go. This is so good. All right, let's get back over here, right? So he divorced his his very sexually liberated wife of 11 years. He divorced her last October, and she goes by, ready for this, open-minded sexual encounters on the corn site Chatterbait, 69 for 69, 69 for 69, and lists her interests as, ready for this, men, women, trans, and couples. Now, this was your wife of 11 years? Hold on. Y'all slow y'all roll. We about to show her in a minute. Hold on. Okay, y'all getting too fast right now. Hold your horses. Because we just now getting to a picture of Orwoll. Okay? Look at Orwoll. Let me tell you something. This get rid of the beard and he'll get lots of tokens. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? All right, here we go. Her wide array of preferred sex partners hasn't seemed to disqualify her from living on the compound, which Orwell promotes as a wholesome community with traditional... Wait a minute, she's on the compound? So she's single on the compound? Orwell promotes... By the way, I'm reading this article for the first time. Hold up. So she's on the compound? With crazy eyes? Her wide array of preferred sex partners hasn't seemed to disqualify her from living on a compound, which Orwell promotes as a wholesome community with traditional values. Traditional values? How? That actively protects his children from exposure to people who identify as LGBTQ and what he describes as deviant life. The audacity, the nerve to sit up here and say, yeah, we're protecting our children from our lifestyle that we just left of 11 years. Smith and Orwell have not responded to emails seeking comment about their apparent hypocrisy. Neither picked up the phone that public records list for them both. Orwell has made headlines lately for Community 1, also known as the Settlement, a tract of forest that return the land owns near the Ozark Mountains. Applicants seeking to I don't care about this. Okay. Hold on, I don't want to show the wife yet. I don't want to show you the wife yet. Hold on a second. The self-described white identitarian sees the compound as a legal pilot project for what he aims will be a string of other all-white, all-straight, and mostly Christian communities nationwide. First, get a neighborhood, then get a town. I don't care about that. Smith, for her part, posted on X message celebrating 100th anniversary of Adolf Hitler's manifesto Mein Kampf on July the 18th, and here she is. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Uh-oh, there's more pictures, chat. Hold on, before I click this view gallery, hold on, chat. Before I do that, hold on a second. I got to make sure it's safe for work, chat. If it's safe for work, we'll go look at all of them. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah, they're safe. They're safe. Okay. All right, chat. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's so beautiful here. I love living here, she said online. The land is outside tiny Reverdine, a town with a population of just 423 near the Missouri border and 140 miles north of Little Rock, Arkansas state capital. Public documents filed for return of the land limited liability corporation show the group has 8 unidentified founders who each pitched between $10,000 to $90,000. Sorry, to $90,000 as a startup fund. By doing so, they become eligible for membership units or share the entitled that entitled them to live on the property. The group grants new memberships only to people who, in applications and interviews, can verify their white European ancestral heritage. It expressly bans Muslims, Jews. I don't care about this. So yeah, let them ban whoever they want to ban. Let's get down to the juicy part right here. Okay. Hold on. Some of the videos. Okay, here we go. Okay, because I don't care about all this. They white, that's racist. I don't care about them being racist. I just care about them being kinky. All right, here we go. Some of those videos show her. Okay, here we go. Public records show Orwoll married Smith in 2013. Her publicly visible online presence seems to indicate that she started making live stream corn videos that following year. Didn't we say men love hoes? Chat, didn't we say, what did we say? Come on, class. What did we say? We said men love hoes. Did we not say that? Come on, ladies, come on. Press one if you remember us saying that, especially me. What did I say? Men love hoes. Didn't I say that? Remember that? Men love hoes. You married her and she started doing corn on Chatterbait the following year with you? Okay. All right, here we go. Some of those videos show her in various sexual positions with Orwoll while carrying on a conversation with live webcam viewers, whom she encourages to leave tokens as tips. 69 for 69. As a special offer, she wrote on Chatterbait, I am now selling my panties for 500 tokens or a $40 Amazon gift card. Ooh, you cheap girl. Cheap. Let me tell you something. And I'm speaking from experience as a domina. Panties should not go no less than $200.
Boom! Headshot!
$40 Amazon gift card? Girl, what? That's cheap. I could never sell my panties no less than $200. Okay, and that's just the panties. That's just me putting it on, taking it off. And you'll have some guys like, I want you to wear your panties all day. Don't take it off. Okay, that's a good $800. I mean, come on, $800. Yep, you get. And I'll put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'll put out all the air and everything like that. Girl, tell me a $40 Amazon gift card. What the what? What the what? $40? You cheap. Here she go. I would give a CUM show in public broadcast with them on, she promised. Thank you, everyone, for making our wishes come true, Smith added, apparently referring to herself and Orwoll, to whom she was then married. For a married couple to do this makes them exhibitionists. So let me explain to you why this is so awesome, chat. Okay, hold on. I'm about to school y'all on why this is so awesome. You have voyeurs and you have exhibitionists. And your exhibitionists are the ones who love to have sex in public. Your exhibitionists are the ones who like to be on webcam and be sexual, this, that, and the other. and actually, you could tell a lot of exhibitionists who are just vanilla. And when I say vanilla, I'm talking about normal and plain. You have some exhibitionists who are just vanilla on social media. These are people who, and by the way, I'm not judging. If this is you, I'm not judging you. Okay, I'm not judging you at all. So let me say this before I say, so I don't want you to get your feelings hurt if I say this, okay? If you constantly take pictures of yourself and post them on Instagram, if you constantly take pictures of yourself and you post them on Facebook or on Twitter, you're like every week there's new pictures about you. You're in different positions. You're in different, like you're taking a picture of your food. You're taking a picture of you holding a champagne glass. You're taking a picture of your new outfit. You're taking a picture of you out on vacation, this, that, and the other. You're an exhibitionist. That's not a bad thing, okay? So you could tell people who are not an exhibitionist, and I'll put myself in there. You could tell I'm not an exhibitionist because a lot of people complain that I don't like to get in front of the camera. I don't care. And the reason why is because every day of my life, I am always seen, no matter what I'm wearing, no matter what I'm doing. Sometimes I like to be invisible. I like to go out and not be recognized, but that's not possible because of my height and this sexy ass body of mine, okay? Mwah. All right, sexy. Okay, so I'm not an exhibitionist. You go on my Twitter, you'll never find but 3 pictures in the entire time I came back on Twitter, which was, what was that? When did Elon take over Twitter? I think Elon took over Twitter in 2022, I think, maybe, or 2023. Whatever year Elon bought Twitter, I was allowed back on a platform that November. And you will only find out of all those years 3 pictures of me, and they all of me in domination outfits, basically beating some guy up.
Boom,
okay, you're gonna
headshot.
find one picture of me on sitting on a guy's back, paddling him. You're gonna find one picture of me, just me looking into the camera. Oh yeah, y'all remember that. Y'all gonna see one picture of me where I got my shades on, I got my all leather on, and I got my fist balled up in front of me. That's a famous picture that everybody have taken. Okay, you got that picture of me. Then you got a picture of me sitting on my throne. Those are okay. Thank you, that shizzle. So Elon bought Twitter on 2022. I came back on November 2022, and 3 pictures I have uploaded on myself since those. So we have 22, 3, 4, 5. So in the last 3 years, there's only 3 pictures of me, and they're all of me as a domina. Okay, so I don't take a lot of pictures. I don't upload a lot of pictures. Because I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm sorry, I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm not somebody who like, yeah, look at me. There's nothing wrong with that. I keep saying this. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But let me explain to you why this guy is suspect and his wife was right on the nose when I said she got crazy eyes. Because when you have been doing that for 11 years, 11 years, you've been having sex for money on webcam for 11 years. You have birthed 4 beautiful children out of those 11 years, and all of a sudden you now come to Jesus because you want to have an all-white commune and you want to build a place that's separate from everybody else, and now you love Hitler. I'm like, come on. Mm-mm. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something too. His new woman, I don't know if those are his kids. I don't know. I'm assuming that they are. But do you think Crazy Eyes and his ex-wife are going to get along? Just think about it. This woman has a history with Orwoll, who ain't bad on the eyes, by the way. He look ugly right here. I hate this look. This like caveman, you know what I'm saying? This Neanderthal look right here. But when he shaved, he looks different. He looks decent. So what I'm saying is like and if they do have a big deal going on, we will never know unless one of them put it out there on the internet. But I'm telling you, they got a ticking time bomb on that commune. You can't come from not kinky lifestyle. You can't come from being an exhibitionist and then all of a sudden I'm with Jesus. I love Jesus now, and we don't want no gays, no blacks, no Jews, but we don't want nothing on our nice white compound. And I'm like, y'all got the wrong white people. This would never be successful. You got the wrong white people in the leadership position. You got the wrong white people, dude. This is going to... Let's continue reading. This is so good. Okay. Here we go. It is unclear. Wait a minute. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for making our wishes come true, Smith added, apparently referring to her and Orwoll, to whom she was then married. It is unclear whether either is still making online corn videos since their divorce. Orwell refused to say what he does for a living when he's not raising money for Return of the Land, when asked by Daily Mail last month. Since making sex videos that Daily Mail was able to identify online, he has lightened his hair from brown to blonde and altered his appearance from scruffy grunge to a more tucked-in, clean-cut look evocative of an Aryan Ubermensch, and that he and his followers idolize online. His and Smith's online enterprise seems to run counter to the conservative culture he has said he's cultivating on the Arkansas compound. In an interview with the Daily Mail in early July, he describes the ethos there as one where traditional values are a top priority. The group encourages members to have as many children as possible. Masculinity for men and femininity for women we see as virtue. A crusader for what he calls decency. Dude, I can go on Twitter. By the way, I'm not telling y'all to do this. Do you hear me? I'm not telling you to do this. But if you would like to see, old boy in action, it's available on the Twitter. I'm just saying, okay? If you would like to see him and his wife in action, it's on Twitter, okay? I'm just saying. I'm not telling you to go see it. I'm just saying. You can't sit up here and say decency. What the hell are you talking about? A crusader for what he calls decency and European family values, he also emphasized the importance of homeschooling on the compound as a way to keep children from being exposed to diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, and from what he calls deviant lifestyle. I'm just so insulted by this. And the reason why I'm insulted is because I never hid my femdom life. I've never hid it. I've never was quiet about that. I never tried to keep that under wraps. Ever since I came into the political world, I was always transparent about my femdom side of my life. I was always transparent about my website. I was always transparent about me being internationally known as a femdom. I've never kept that. So I could never sit up here and say, we're conservative. You know what I'm saying? How dare you deviants? How can I be a deviant? Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm using the word correctly. Because when Bryson Gray called me a degenerate, I didn't argue with him. I didn't argue with him. Okay, differing from a norm or from the accepted standards of society, having behavior. He's a hypocrite. He's a deviant like me. Having a behavior or characteristics differing from that which is normal and expected, especially in an undesirable and socially disapproved manner. He's a deviant. How can you be a deviant and call other people deviants? Wait a minute. Is he saying that because he no longer is married to his wife and that they don't have sex on camera, that he's no longer a deviant? Compound usually means control. Absolutely, Billy. It is control. 100%. I'm not angry about the compound. I'm not angry about the all-white culture, the all-white values, the conservative. I'm not mad about any of that. I'm side-eyeing the fact that you lived this life for that many years and now you're saying, I'm with Jesus now. Hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Like, what? I think he's just talking about keeping it from the kids. Judgmental. Of course the kids are not going to know because they're on a compound. But I don't think he's talking about the kids. He's talking about himself. He didn't say kids. He's talking about himself. He considered himself a Christian who's not a deviant anymore. He's calling other people deviant. And I'm sorry, you can't do that. Let me say this too. And this is going to rub people the wrong way. All right. But I'm sorry. You cannot prove me wrong. If you're gay, you've been born gay, you've been gay most of your life, you can't be straight. You're just lying to yourself. If you have lived a deviant lifestyle for a minimum of 3 years, ain't no going back. You can sit up here and get baptized, take communion, you can recite the vows, but that part of you, once you get a taste of it, you're going to want it back eventually. And that's what happens. What they do is they do it behind closed doors. They get sloppy, and then all of a sudden it starts coming out. A lot of newborn Christians don't think their past matters once they become baptized. But see, that's the hypocrisy of Christianity. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta pull up my Twitch. I didn't pull up my Twitch back up here. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. That's the hypocrisy of Christianity. Okay, and I'm sorry, Christians, you guys are hypocrites. You really are hypocrites. You pick and choose what verses of the Bible you want to use for your own agenda. All right, and I'm just saying, it's amazing. Everybody else, like I'll have people tell me, well, what Candace did is okay. Was bad, but she's a Christian now. And you know what I say? Do you think the same way? If Jeffrey Epstein became a Christian, would you have the same feelings for him? And they say no. And I go, oh, why not? Because he did that with children. I said against their will. I said, okay, but is that a greater sin or lesser sin than what Candace tried to do by doxing children? Trying to expose children to PDF files, like their entire docs to PDF files. How is that any different? And they ain't got nothing. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. The hypocrisy, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Orwell posted the community progress on his social media platform, including YouTube. It bars people of color, Muslim. I don't care. They're so triggered about he won't allow Muslims, Jews, or people of color. That's fine. This is fine. This is like Candace focusing on this stupidity of wait till you see she done changed her tune. Now she admits that Brigitte is a woman, but she died. I'm telling you, man, where is Axum at? Axum needs to be in this chat right now when I get to Candace. Okay, this is like Candace focusing on the lie that Brigitte Macron is a man instead of focusing on Brigitte Macron being a PDF file. I'm like, wait a minute, why are you focusing on that instead of Brigitte being a PDF file? You want to sit up here and deflect by talking about she's a man. Public records show Orwell and Smith divorced October 2024 and share custody of their children. He said he doesn't currently live on the compound, but is in the process of building a cabin there. She, in the meantime, said in a recent interview with Sky News that in June, she remarried a man named David. Oh, boy. Who is building a 12 by 20. So they just got married. They just got married last month. Who is building a 12 by 24-foot cabin on the compound where they will be living in a camper. In a promotional video for Return to the Land, she shows the goats she has been raising on the property. As Orwell tells it, several perceived threats have emerged over the past few decades that have made many white people fear that, oh God, we getting back on the white people stuff again. Okay, so yeah. Those groups, okay, I don't care. Another urgent prospective residents, Arkansas compound and future return to the land developers to beware of slippage between who Orwell purports to be and who he actually is. Eric's behavior followed a clear pattern. Whether he's filming graphic content on adopting extremist personas, it is all part of the same spectacle-seeking drive because he's an exhibitionist. He loves to be the center of attention. The goal is attention. There we go. See? Man, I'm so goddamn good. It's attention, disruption, and control. Well, I see attention and control. I disagree with the disruption here. He loves to be in control and he loves attention. He's creating a fascist community with racial apartheid aims. He's dragging down families and children and siphoning immense sums of money through. Who cares? Listen, a money and a fool shall surely depart. Who cares? My concern is that Eric is a predator and liar, a hungry, attention-seeking performer. Yes. I'll say this too. I will agree that he's a predator. I will. I can agree. I can see him as a predator. You know what I'm saying? Remember we was talking about like how you can tell, you know how they say you got hunter's eyes? I mean, when I look at Eric, I'm like, yeah, dude, I could take your ass on in a fight. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably beat me up, but it's like, I can see him as a predator. He looks like a creepy dude that will like look at you and be like, hey, want to go on a date? And you'd reject him, and now he's staring you down for the rest of the day. And then he follows you to your car. And then say, why won't you love me? Why won't you give me a chance? Why won't He looks like a predator, dude. He does. He looks like a predator for real. And you know what? I bet you it was his idea for him and his wife to get on Chatterbait. I promise you it was his idea. He was the one that said, let's get on Chatterbait. Let's have some sexy time on Chatterbait and get paid for it. So a predator, a liar, a hungry attention seeker performer who says shocking things to get attention and will do anything for sex and power. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, honey. Yeah, honey. Where's that other picture at? Where you at? I don't want to see you, girl. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, baby. Okay. Yeah, he got predator eyes. He really does. He really has predator eyes. All predators don't have predator eyes though, but he got it down. He got it down 100. So, in conclusion, because now we're about to move to Candace, right? In conclusion, before I knew any of this happened. By the way, I found out about this today, right? And I said, "Oh my God, I got to talk about this with my chat." So when I found out about it, that's when I did this. So before I knew any of this happened on my political channel, I said that compound is doomed to fail because of crazy eyes. And it's something about that woman that doesn't sit right to me. So now listen, I'm going to justify why I said this. Eric is a man. You don't go 11 years of having threesomes, doing exhibitionist type of oh, there you go, Oxum. Oxum, I was waiting for you to get here. Yeah, you late, but you on time though. You on time. I did summons her, didn't I? Look, hey Nina, I summons her just on time too. And then you can't go from that lifestyle to now you don't want to be in front of you don't want to do you want to have sex with just your wife now, your new wife. And your current wife, your ex-wife lives on the compound. And y'all have all that history together. You mean to tell me you ain't going to be like, hey, would you like to go with me into town to go pick up some wood? And then all of a sudden y'all make a beeline to the back of some woods and you get freaky, you know what I'm saying, for old time's sake. Come on now. Come on. I don't believe that you can go from that lifestyle and stop. So when I took a sabbatical from domination, I never got rid of my websites. Do y'all know why? I think I told y'all why. I took a sabbatical in 2012. Yeah, 2012. I made an announcement on my website. I said, I'm taking a sabbatical. Do y'all know why I did that? And I said, why do people with no lips look like they are holding in a secret? That's all I see when I look at this man. Spitfire. Oh my God. Anyway, the reason why I kept my websites is because I knew I was coming back. I put on the announcement, hey, I'm leaving the scene. Because remember, in 2012 is when I was engaged to my first fiance, right? My husband's my second fiance, but he's my husband now. I didn't go through with the marriage for my first one. And y'all know why. So when I put on there, hey, I'm taking a sabbatical, I'm not doing it anymore. If you guys want a black domina, here's a link, right? But I never got rid of my website. I never got rid of my equipment. I put all that stuff in storage and I kept my websites. Okay. Now I'm back part-time, because I knew I had to come back because why? The feeling doesn't go away. I was like, I kept, it doesn't matter how cruel or how dominant I am in politics, it's not the same. I have to do stuff physical. I have to do something sadistic in person, right? So it's like that feeling doesn't go away. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going back in it, but I'm going back in it part-time to get rid of the itch. unless you go to therapy, and I know some of you religious people are not going to agree with me. You think that if people just confess their sins to the Lord, they get baptized, they acknowledge their past and this, that, and the other, that they can lead us straight now. I don't believe that it's possible, and I don't see evidence that that's really being a thing. I just don't. Because when you suppress who you are, I can see if you went through some deep psychological counseling. Okay, I can see that. Maybe if you did some like you did some shadow work, you worked on your inner child. There was a lot of trauma that you have, and y'all know the reason why I am a sadist is because of how I was physically abused by my mom. So it's like that is a part of me. And did I get counseling for it? Hell no. I like being a sadist. I like doing things I do to men. I do. I just don't do it to the men I love and care for. Okay? I just don't. But but you cannot, that part of you don't go away. So what I'm saying is that if y'all think this man ain't doing nothing freaky deaky behind the if you don't think he's doing anything behind the scenes, guess again. Maybe he's not on Chatterbait, meaning he's not on a webcam. But how y'all know him and his new wife ain't out there butt naked humping in the woods? How do y'all know him and other couples that are also outgoing and free? How do y'all know they all don't do swinger groups out there in the woods? How do y'all know him and his ex-wife with her new husband, along with him and his new wife, how y'all know they don't switch? How y'all know they don't swing? How do y'all know that? You don't. So what I'm saying like, you can't stop that lifestyle and say, oh, I'm with Jesus now. I don't, nah. They doing it. They doing that, okay? And that when you're pagan, and Alexia and I know all about this, right? You are free-spirited. It's a spiritual thing where there is no judgment. There's no good. There's no bad. You know what I'm saying? You just do what you will, as long as you don't harm anyone. You don't harm children. You don't harm other people. You don't harm the earth. You don't harm the nature. You don't harm animals. This is why a lot of pagans are vegans. So it's like you can do what you want to do as long as you're not harming anyone or anything. So what I'm telling y'all is that it ain't gonna come out now, but it's gonna come out in the future that these two were humping and bumping and grinding in the woods. I'm just saying. All right, let's move over to my favorite person now that Oxum is here. Candace Owens, y'all. Candace, Oxum, your girl here. You came in just in time for the last story of the day. Is your girl Candy. Your girl Candy, Oxum. No, you ain't late, girl. You ain't late. Yeah, you're right on time, girl. Oxo say, Tree, she's not my girl. Okay, all right. All right, you bought, but you believe that series Becoming Brigitte. You was like, Tree, did you watch the series? It was very, no, what did you say? I don't want to take the words out of your mouth. You was like, did you see the series? Did you see the 6-hour series or whatever the hell? It was very convincing or something like that, you said. I said, girl, I know you. What in the hell? Anyway, so Candace, Oxum's not girl. It's not Oxum's girl, okay? We want to make that clear. Candace Owens is not Oxum's girl. But the heifer can't even keep up with her lies. So at first she was like, you are a man. You are a man. I'm going to stake my reputation on it. You are a man. You are a man. Now we have switched our tunes. Now she has a new narrative. Candace Owens, by the way, shout out to Nathan doing the Lord's work. Candace Owens drops her new Macron theory. The real Brigitte Trudeau died, and her deathbed wish was to give her identity to her brother, the fake Brigitte Macron. Candace evidence, there's no evidence that Brigitte Trudeau died. There's no evidence of that, but that's what it feels like to me. Oxum, you still believe that 6-hour series was convincing now? Now you see why I got in your ass that day? I got love for you because you're part of my community, right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I let you get away with what you were saying because I'm like, well, you part of my girl, so I can't get too mad at you. Tree, I just want to know why Candace isn't focused on the Brigitte opinion. Hey, I want to know that too, Oxum. We've been asking the same thing. That's something I agree. She is a PDF file. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to make a big deal out of something, make a big deal out of her being a PDF file, which is something that you can prove without a shadow of a doubt. But guess what, Oxum? You can't make a 6-hour AdSense milk and money project off of what we all agree that she is. You know what I'm saying? She's a PDF file. You can't make a 6-video series out of that. Maybe 2. Maybe 2.5. But not no 6. Listen to this dumb heifer. Child, oh my God. Listen to this. Because, see, Candace knows she going to get sued. Candace knows she going to lose that lawsuit. That's why, and y'all need to tell, and please send this video to BJ. Who over here is a fan of BJ? Please send this video over there to BJ. And tell her, Tree of Logic told you so. Y'all need to stay out of politics. Y'all need to stay out of, if you ain't in this political world, which they're not, stay in your lane. Stay out of politics. It's a nasty world. It's a world that we are very familiar in. There's a lot of backstory you're not familiar with. I'm not talking to you, Oksana. I'm talking to BJ. What is BJ's YouTube channel called? Candace Owens Love the Woke Language. The right should have snubbed her. No, Robert, they needed her to prove how they not racist. You understand? White guilt is just surprise witness. Thank you, judgmental lizard. White guilt is just as profound on the right as it is on the left. It is bad. It doesn't matter what your political leanings are. It doesn't matter what your political leanings are. If you are white, there's a chance that white guilt is a problem with the white race. It's a problem with the white race, period. It don't matter what your political leanings are. White guilt is bad on the left just like it is on the right. And the reason why Candace has gotten to the fame she is because of white guilt. And they need validation. White Republicans needed validation to their left wing friends to show that they're not racist. Hey, Cynthia, why did you stop inviting me to your tea parties? Because you're a fascist. You voted for Trump. You're racist. I am not racist. What are you talking about? Do you understand that I am a heavy supporter of Candace Owens and she's black? She's a race traitor. Wait a minute, that's racist, don't you think? She's just a Republican just like I am. And if I was racist, I would not listen to a word that she says, and I worship everything that she says. That's what that is. That's all that is. Tree is all good. You can rip me. We can rip into me. I'm alpha just like you. Well, you go, girl, alpha sister. That's my alpha sister, Oxum. Okay, I'm still gonna call you out for believing this huzzy and her 6-video series. But you my alpha sister, Oxum. Explain why their race is dying out. Yeah, because of white guilt, Mars. All right. But anyway, let's listen to this. This is amazing.
It is very clear that Brigitte Trogneau existed. It is very clear that she was, in fact, the sister of Jean-Michel Trogneau.
Oh, I thought you said she was a man. I thought you said she was born a male. I thought you said she was. What is the brother's name? You accused her of being the brother and not her own woman. So now she's backtracking because she knows she's going to lose that case. So when I got into surprise witness ass, because I'm like, you people who are not into politics, you need to sit your ass down and stay out of this situation because you don't know a lot of backstory to these people. You don't. A lot of people don't know the backstory to Nick Fuentes. A lot of people don't know the backstory to Candace Owens. A lot of people don't know the backstory to Trump. They don't know a lot of backstory to a lot of people. All they know is, oh, Candace says that Brigitte is a man, and I tend to believe her. And I'm like, what? Not knowing that Candace has a extreme hatred towards trans. Excuse me. I don't hate trans people. Y'all know my favorite trans though are trans men. Love me some trans men. But I also am cool with trans women. Especially the ones that say, hey, I'm not trying to go in your bathroom. I'm not trying to, play on your team. I'm not doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do my own thing. Cool. Do you. But Candace hates all of them. Even the trans men. Even the trans men. Okay? So her brother did not die. Her brother is still alive today, Magda. Wait a minute. Hold on. The brother of Brigitte is called Jean-Claude. No, Jean-Claude is still alive. He is still alive. He's alive right now. That's another lie she told. He did not die. There's no funeral. There's no death certificate. And he was I know I hate French names. I hate the French people, period. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He was also seen last week. He is alive and kicking. He did not die. So that's the thing. So it's like now her tune is changing because she knows she's about to get sued to oblivion. But here's the thing, though, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The Macrons probably are not going to get that much money because she is being sued where her company is in Delaware, and there's a cap for it. Okay, but I don't think Candace is worried about the money. I think Candace is worried about her reputation. Because remember, she said, I will stake my reputation on the fact that Brigitte was born a man. That's what she said. She said, I will stake my reputation that Brigitte is a man. And now we're like, well, okay, Brigitte was born a woman. She had a sister named blah, blah, blah. But she died and gave her identity to her brother. Bitch, what? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's rewind this. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let her talk well, no, I'm not going to give you that promise.
It is very clear that Brigitte Trogneau existed. It is very clear that she was, in fact, the sister of Jean-Michel Trogneau. And I think that if I am guessing what took place here, Jean-Michel...
I am guessing. So now she ain't got no evidence. Now, earlier she said she had evidence of, let me show you these pictures. Let me show you these videos. Let me show you how she would like, but now you're guessing that she died. You ain't got no birth. You ain't got no death certificate. You ain't got no funeral. You ain't got nothing. So now you're just guessing. That's what I'm saying. How could y'all believe her, dude? How could anybody believe her?
I think that if I am guessing what took place here, Jean-Michel Trogneau took Brigitte Trogneau's identity at some point. It's very obvious he kind of becomes his sister. That's what seems to be the most logical conclusion based off of everything. So the question that people ask is, okay, if you're operating under that theory, what happened to the real Brigitte Trogneau? And so if we are to believe that I do believe that Brigitte Trogneau, the real Brigitte Trogneau, existed. It's plausible that Brigitte Trogneau got sick, that the real Brigitte Trogneau.
She's just pulling this out her ass. She's just pulling it out her ass. Cause she like, oh shit, they got a gynecology report. They got the chromosome test. They can prove without a shadow of a doubt that Brigitte is indeed a biological woman. So how can I still accuse her of being a man, but still don't lose my reputation? I know. Brigitte was indeed a woman, but she died and gave her identity to her brother, who's now married to Macron and is Macron's uncle. Oh, God, dude. I swear, I don't understand. Like, please listen to me, guys. I'm rarely wrong. There's sometimes I'm wrong. But let me tell you something. I'm never wrong about Candace. There's not been one time I've been wrong about her. Not one time. I got a PhD. I got 2 PhDs in this woman. I'm never wrong about her. So when I tell y'all, hey, Candace is lying here, Brigitte is not a man. You don't know, you know, now you just did it. Like, dude, why aren't y'all focusing on her being a PDF file? What the hell is wrong with you? Why are y'all focusing on this easily debunked lie about her being born a man when you can easily prove that she is a woman? All she got to do is get a pap smear, and she had to go to a gynecologist, which it sounds like she did. And now Candace is like, I'm going to look stupid when we go to court. I mean, you could just prove that she's a PDF file. She was in her 40s when she hooked up with Macron at 14 years old. I'm sorry. Are we not going to, why focus on the whole thing about her being a damn man, which she's not?
Brigitte Trogneau got sick, that the real Brigitte Trogneau got sick and perhaps had a dying wish to help her brother, Jean-Michel Trogneau, who was living perhaps as Veronique, right? And knowing that, okay, well, he's never going to be allowed to live his life authentically. He's always going to be always going to be hiding and doing these sorts of things, because this is just not a time where people are recognizing this transgendered identity.
But they recognize it back in the 20s when Brigitte was born a man and became a woman. But you showed those pictures and said, well, what they did. I didn't watch the series. Aksam could tell me though. Aksam could tell me how you can. Aksam, how did she justify the baby pictures of Brigitte as a little girl? What did she say? That was really a little boy and her parents dressed her as a little girl? I'm trying to understand, how did y'all believe this lie? Y'all sitting there, because now she's saying the trans, which she's right, that being trans was definitely not acceptable nowhere in the world in the 1920s or what well, am I making her too old? Not the 20s. 40s, I think. In the 1940s, I think, when she was born. I don't think Alex Jones would even come up with a story like this. Facts. So I'm saying, because that was my thing. I was like, guys, the trans thing was never acceptable back then. Nowhere. Tree, yes, that's what she said. And if I remember, one of the siblings died. So they're saying that the trans community, okay, thank you guys. So she was born in the 50s. So y'all saying that the trans community, which she agreed and I agree too, was never accepted. Being trans was never accepted in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. It was never a thing. It was never accepted. I won't even put the 90s in there, but that might be playing it too close. Okay. And now you want to say, well, it wasn't until she died This doesn't even make sense. What timeline are we talking about? And of course, she ain't got no evidence that Brigitte died. Brigitte is alive, smacking around Macron somewhere on the airplane. The hell?
Always going to be hiding and doing these sorts of things because this is just not a time where people are recognizing this transgendered identity. Well, what if she gifted her brother her identity? Here, this is not a thing yet. You can just become me. Okay, that's, again, we're surmising there's no evidence that Brigitte Trogneau...
No shit is no evidence, you dumb bitch. And yet still, you guys want to sit up here and say facts don't care about your fifis, and yet still you're just throwing out lies, and people are buying it. There was no facts that there was no evidence that she was born a man, but yet still you peddled that in 6 different videos. I'm going to say this, and I've said this before. We got just as much dumbass Republicans as there are dumbass liberals. Just dumb. People are dumb no matter what their political beliefs are. You sat up there and made 6 different videos proving, quote unquote, proving that Brigitte was born a male, and now you come up here with some cockamamie story about she was born a woman. Yeah, she was born a woman. She did have a sister, but she died and then gave her identity to her brother, who is married to Macron, right? I don't have no evidence. Oh, it's 8 parts. Oh, thank you, Oxum. Oxum corrected me, y'all. It's not 6 parts. It's 8 parts. How dare I?
Boom! Headshot!
She made an 8-part video series proving that Brigitte was born a man, but now she says, I'm guessing it could be, I don't have any evidence, but she was born a woman, that happened, but she died. And her brother took on her identity and married Macron and had sex with him while he was 14. But if that was the case, what year did this happen, Candace? Because Brigitte had 3 kids, biological kids, by the way. They came out of her uterus, out of her vajayjay. She spit out between her sugar walls, or shall I say her sour walls, 3 kids. So when did she die and gave her identity to her brother? Oh, I love being so right. I love being so right. Oh my God.
Just become me. Okay, that's, again, we're surmising there's no evidence that Brigitte Trogneau died. There's no evidence of that. But that's what it feels like to me. It feels like to me that Brigitte Trogneau did her brother, the real Brigitte Trogneau, did her brother a favor and allowed him to become her. Again, that's my theory. While we're allowed to think.
That's my theory. I don't have no evidence. I'm guessing here. Yeah. But remember, I stack my evidence. I'm stacking all my evidence. I stack my reputation on the fact that she was born a man. Oops, I changed. So please.
It is very clear that Brigitte Trogneau.
Please send this to BJ and tell her Tree of Logic says stay in your damn lane.
Boom! Headshot!
You don't know Candace like I know Candace. And when I told you that she's lying, you better put your money on me, girl. This ain't your lane. I know politics in and out. And I know Candace. I've been on her ass since 2017 when she tried to put out a doxing site and get my ass killed. This is personal. I know Candace. I got 2 PhDs in her. So to sit up here and even think that she had a case made you look like an idiot. Now, is Brigitte Macron a pedophile? Oh yeah, she is one. I don't disagree with that at all. Not at all. Oh yeah, She's a PDF file. I think it's nasty. And unfortunately, Macron is a older groomed person. But to sit up here and think that Candace was possibly telling the truth and that she ain't gonna lose this case when it hits, the fact that she's now changing her tune proves what I and those are not blinded by stupidity have been saying all along. Brigitte was born a woman. Brigitte got some damn chromosome test. And Brigitte got a gynecologist to prove that she got a coochie.
Boom, headshot.
And Candace is going to lose. It's an open and shut case, and you have to be a low IQ monkey or a low IQ Neanderthal to think otherwise. Oh, except for my girl Aksum, though, because she just got caught in the moment. We give Aksum a pass, okay? You know how sometimes you get caught in the moment because you just want to believe a black woman? Well, that's what happened with Aksum. The hell? Oh, and I'm just, listen. Nathan put this video out on July the 29th. I'm just now seeing this. I'm just now seeing this video. I didn't even know this video was out until somebody sent it to me. This video was put out on the 29th. I saw it 2 days ago. When did I put this out? Hold on a second. When did I put this video out? Oh, I'm sorry. I put this video yesterday. This is what I said. I can't believe I'm just now seeing this video. So Candace is changing her tune, making all those who believed her look like clowns. So I tweeted this yesterday. Tree, do you think Candace is a secret Muslim because she's always blaming Jews? No, I think you don't have to be Muslim to be jealous of Jews. Okay, because Kanye, okay, Shira Seven's favorite person in the world, Kanye will never be Muslim. He's not even attracted to Islam, but he is jealous of Jews.
I got a super chat.
People are jealous of those who are better than them. This is the reason why a lot of women and men, but mostly women, are upset about Sydney Sweeney. They believe that Sydney Sweeney is better than them. Of course, she got more money than them. You know what I'm saying? You hate it. The unfounded hate has to come from a way of jealousy. And when people say, "Oh, you're just jealous of Candace," no, Candace tried to get me killed. There's a lot of beautiful people I'm not jealous of. As a matter of fact, I think Kim Klacik look way better than Candace. Mars, thank you so much for the $2 Canadian. Candace is the poster child for DEI hires. Candace is a poster child for DEI hires on the right.
Boom, headshot.
There you go. That's it. No, Kim Klacik she's such a beautiful black woman. I'm sorry. She's absolutely gorgeous. Right? And I don't hate her. I don't hate beautiful women. I am a admirer of beautiful women. If you pay attention to some of my replies, you can catch me replying, flirting with other beautiful women. Okay? If you're beautiful, I can also be like, I can be a little biased with beautiful women that I know. But my thing is that when people attack someone for no other reason, meaning that if Lizzo came out with that damn jeans commercial, nobody would give a damn. But Sydney Sweeney is beautiful. She ain't got no ass, but she got a decent looking body. I seen better, but you know, she's pure. She got that pure look. She's young and she's blonde hair, natural blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? And women look at that and they're timid. Not all women, but the women that are chimping out, the white ones especially, that are chimping out about her, are mad because she's better looking than them. So people attack those who they are jealous of. You cannot deny that nobody can touch money mastership or mastery like Jews. No one is better at money than Jews. No one. Now, who's the second best? I would have to say the Asians, maybe. Hold on. Yeah. I would have to say the Asians, and then the third would be white people. I'm not locked in on the second and third. It could be white people and then Asians, but it's gonna be blacks ain't gonna be in the top three. They ain't gonna be in the top five. But I'm gonna say Jews number one, and then it's a toss up between Asians and whites. So you have a lot of people who are angry at the power that Jews have gotten on their own. Ain't nobody angry at how all these black guys get these great multi-million dollar NBA contract. Ain't nobody jealous of that. Who the fuck is jealous of that? Nobody. All right. So you got to understand, where are those things that there's just certain ethnicities that are really good at certain things. And then when it comes to white people, there's a lot of reasons why people are jealous of white people. Sydney Sweeney is one of them. All right. They're jealous of all the beautiful civilizations that white people build. Because the Chinese also build good civilizations, but they don't want y'all up in there. They're going to say, no, you're not Japanese. You're not Japanese. Okay. Yeah, America nukas, but we build better. We build better. You cannot become Japanese. So the Asians are very tribal, but white people are like, yeah, we built these nice civilizations. You can come live with us, and then all of a sudden, you got shithole cities. All right. You got shithole cities like Chicago, D.C., Atlanta. I'm not even going to go down the list. So there's that. I'm never jealous of other ethnicities. I'm never jealous of other races that are really good at one thing. What I want to do is learn from them. That's all I want to do. I want to learn from them. If I want to learn how to be a good sports person, I'm not going to nobody white. I'm going to black people. But I don't want to deal with sports. I'm already good in sports. Well, I'm good in basketball and volleyball. I'm really good at that. I don't know if I'm good in softball anymore, but I don't want to be good in that. All right. So there's that. If I want to learn the ways of the mafia, I'm going to the Italians. Hell, if I want to learn how to make some good food, I'm going to the Greeks and the Italians. So, you know what I'm saying? There are certain ethnicities that are really good at certain things, and they suck at other things. But see, when it comes to the Jews, because they don't have to abide by Catholicism or Christian laws, they're able to do whatever it is they want to do. Here's the best way I can describe the whole anger towards Jews. Okay, this is a good analogy. I just made it up myself just a few seconds ago. All right, you're in a neighborhood and you're outside having a competition on who's building the best tree house. You got a group. You got two families. You got the Johnson family and you got the Jackson family. It doesn't matter the race, okay? Now, the Johnson family have very strict parents. The parents will not allow the children to go out and build on the tree house until they finish their homework and eat their lunch, and then they can go outside and they can build their treehouse, but they have to be inside by 7 o'clock because that's when they have family prayer and worship. So at 7 o'clock, no matter what they do, no matter where they are, they have to be inside. They have to wash up and they have to gather together in the living room to read their spiritual books, to sing songs to their God and everything like that. And they have to stay in for the rest of the night. Now you got the Jacksons. I hope I'm not messing these names up. Johnson, Jackson. So that's the Johnson family. The Johnson family are the ones with the strict parents that have to worship and be in the home at 7 o'clock. Now, the Jackson family also have somewhat strict family parents, but it's different. They're like, yeah, you can't go outside until you finish your homework. So what the Jackson children do is that while everybody is out playing at recess, the Jackson family are doing their homework during recess. They're like, yeah, I'd rather do my homework. That way when we get home, we show mom we did our homework. That way we can have an extra hour to go work on our treehouse. So they get home. Mom's like, where's your homework? You can't go out. Here's our homework, Mom. Mother, we did it during recess. She checks it over. They get to go outside. So they're outside an hour before the Johnson's kids who are stuck in the house doing homework. So an hour later, the Johnson kids come out and they see that the Jackson kids had an hour head start. But it gets better. While both of them are working heavily, right? They have to go buy some equipment for their treehouse. So what the Johnson family do is knock on the doors and ask, hey, can I take your dog for a walk for a quarter? I got to buy some plywood and this, that, and the other. And then there's that, right? Where the Jackson family, all they got to do is go ask their uncle for some money and then they can get the plywood. So it costs 2 shekels to go get some plywood. The Johnson family got to knock on doors and hustle for that 2 shekels, where the Jackson family just got to go ask their rich ass uncle that's down the street for the 2 shekels, right? So next thing you know, they got the plywood a day before the Johnsons were able to buy theirs and make enough shekels to get their own plywood. Now, last but not least, it's time to go inside the house. All right. So it's 3 more hours. No, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 2 more hours. You got 2 more hours of daylight. But the Johnson family has to go back. They have to go in the house and do worship and prayer with the family. So they have to be in the house at 7 o'clock, while the Jackson family gets to stay out and still continue to build their house, because they ain't got to be in the house for prayer or whatever. They don't believe in the same God. They don't have to do all that worship shit. They don't have to do nothing, right? So then 2 hours later, they had to be in the house, because at 7, 8, 9. They had to be in the house at 9 o'clock instead of 7. When all of this is done, the Jackson family not only have built the house before the Jackson kids have not only built their house before the Johnson kids, but it's better and it's more efficient, and they won the contest. Do you think the Johnson kids are going to like the Jackson kids as they become older? With just that analogy, how they don't have, there you go, Billy. It's about the culture. And if you understand the Jews are on a mass scale, what the Amish on a local scale, it actually, you know what, Aksam, that's a better analogy. Yeah, actually, that's a better analogy. The Amish is on a local scale, which the Jews are on a global scale, actually. I know you use the word mass, but I say the Jews are on a global scale where the Amish is on a local scale, where they don't have to adhere by Catholicism and Christian laws and values and stuff like that. They have their own work ethics. Okay? So that's the reason why they're hated. Because when Jews were barred from participating in certain things, they still was able to succeed regardless. That's why I told y'all when it came to lending, the reason why a lot of people hated Jews was because Jews were like, I'll give you $100, but you're going to give me $125 back. Where back then people were like, just give you $100 and get $100 back. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, I'll loan you. So you have the Jackson and the Johnsons again. So the Johnsons are not like, the Johnsons like, okay, I'll give you $100, but you got to give it back to me in a month. Just $100 back? Yeah, just $100 back. That's I'm going to give it to you. Just give me $100 back. Then you go to the Jackson. Jackson said, Oh, I'm gonna give you $100, but you want to give me $125 back. I don't need. No, I'm only borrowing $100. Well, you need $100. You need $125 from me. I'm sorry, you need $100 from me right now. If you don't want the $100 now, go ask the Johnsons. Okay, I need the money now. Okay, but all right, now before I give you this $100, I'm gonna need something for collateral. That's how the Jews work, baby. The Protestants and the Catholics did not get collateral. They didn't charge interest, and they want to know why the Jews was making all this money. That's why I said when it comes to money, I'm only listening to white people, Asians, and Jews. But Jews are going to be at the top thing, and at the top of the list. And that's the reason why people hate Jews, is because they're very successful. They have very success. That they have mothers that guarantee the success. Not all mothers, but not all Jewish mothers. So you understand you have two type of mothers that are determined to make their children successful. What are they? The typical stereotypical Jewish mother, and what was the second one? Tiger mom. Am I not telling the truth? The two mothers to guarantee that their children are going to be doctors, lawyers, or anything successful are two types of mothers. Jewish mother and the tiger mama. You're not going to get those type of mothers in any other race. Any other race. Maybe Nigerians. Maybe Nigerians. Okay? Maybe. I don't really know much about the Indian moms. I never heard about the Indian mothers doing this. I do know about Nigerian mothers doing this, but I know the actual stereotypes of tiger moms and Jewish moms is something that's known worldwide. But I guess I'm just going by my anecdotal of Nigerian mothers. So I'm just saying, like, I do know about Nigerian mothers doing that. But for the sake of argument, what is globally acknowledged are tiger moms and Jewish mothers. So the mothers normally determines the success rate of the children. And so there's that. That's why I'm so proud of that black woman that's suing Shannon Sharp. Do you understand what an awesome mother that is to homeschool her daughter and her daughter get a damn doctorate in the process? Do y'all understand that's unheard of in the black community? Do you understand that's unheard? I've never heard no black woman do nothing so fantastic like that, ever. But this woman got her black daughter, and guess what? She did it by her damn self. That black woman homeschooled her daughter by herself, single black mama, and made sure that woman, that little girl, was so brilliant that she got a doctorate in the process. Child, please. Y'all, listen to me when I tell you, women, you're the power. You just don't know it. Some of you anyway. All right. Let me go. I gotta go. Also, I like that you use black last names for your Jewish. And I know you saw that, John Jackson and Johnson. Jackson and Johnsons. Oh, wait, as a single mama, that's like 0.00001%. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. I've never heard a black woman do that. That's what I'm saying. I wish not, as a matter of fact, if she had a GoFundMe, and I don't do GoFundMes, I would definitely donate to her GoFundMe, because she's an exceptionally awesome woman to do that. Like, she should be the poster child for the ideal single black mama, right? She should, because you have brought into this world an asset to society, not a liability. So there's that. Anyway, all right, guys, gotta go. See y'all all on my I'll see you guys on my political channel tomorrow. And yeah, Be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.